200 years ago in France, 25-year-old poor evil General Pierre, in love with a beautiful girl named Margaret. And I got really lucky. This girl's family is very rich. Pierre is overjoyed. Hurry up and tell this good news to 3 good friends. Unexpectedly, these 3 guys are not only not happy for him, instead, it was extremely deadly, especially the one named Lupin, sneaking off to snitch. Said Pierre was a British spy. France was at war with England at that time. That's a serious charge. It turned out that the night before the wedding, Pierre was suddenly taken away. In jail, the bride Margaret waited stupidly at the wedding. The groom never showed up. Poor Margaret waited 2 years. Finally married the whistleblower, Cowhide, and Pierre knew nothing in prison. He spent 2 years digging through the walls, met an old Italian priest. Before the old priest died, tell Pierre a big secret. He hides a great deal of talent in Milan. That same year, Napoleon is gone. Pierre was finally released. Pierre at this time, he's been in prison for 7 years. At 32-year-old, he looks like a 50-year-old man, but his revenge story has only just begun. Pierre found Father Torre in Milan. Hidden treasure. His friend really didn't lie to him. The money made him a millionaire all of a sudden. He returned to France with money and a new identity. I happened to meet my old friend Antoine Alou. Alou didn't recognize him at all. Pele paid with a diamond. Ask Alou about his past. When I heard Alou talk about 3 good friends, how did you tease him back then? And Lupin married Margaret. Pierre left the diamond and left. Turns out he did 7 years. Lost the person you loved the most, all because of these so-called good friends. Now he has money and leisure. Decided to take revenge on these people. Lupin got the money by taking Margaret. Opened a cafe in Paris. After Pierre found out, dress up to apply for a job as a waiter. He works very hard. Soon gained the trust of Lupin. Once during a meal delivery, he found that the 3 enemies from that year still got together often. Solari and the book bar always come to Lupin. This time the enemy is in front of you. His revenge plan can begin. Not long after, Shuba was found dead in an alley. The knife inserted in the chest is engraved with a and then Solari eats at the cafe. He was poisoned when he got home. At the funeral, they found a note with a 2 written on his chest. 2 good friends die one after another. Lupin was scared to death, but he doesn't know his most trusted waiter. Preparing to give him his final surprise. Pierre's previous revenge was rather polite, but then he is going to get a tattoo. Because it was the bastard by the stove back then, put him in jail and stole the woman he loved while he was away. It's too cheap for such a good friend to kill him directly. He must live to suffer. Lupin and his ex-wife have 2 children, all grown up. Pierre decided to go after them first. Lupin's daughter found a noble boyfriend. The 2 are planning a luxury wedding. We invited 150 distinguished guests. Wedding day. The groom is late. The guests found that there is a note on each table. It turns out that this nobleman is a wanted criminal. It was Pierre who paid him to cheat the Bernarobe daughter, just to embarrass their whole family at the wedding. A family by the stove is ashamed. The daughter can't take the blow. After a week, he was pissed. Then it was the son's turn by the stove. Pierre set up a game, get him drunk and involved in a robbery, and falsified evidence to get him 20 years in prison. And it gets worse. Pierre also secretly stuffed money into the judge. I want the judge to sentence him to death. Just then, cafe by the stove. He was also burned to the ground. In a short period of time, no children by the stove. Lost property, even wife Margaret. I can't stand this series of blows. When I'm wandering the streets with nothing by the stove, the one who has been honest in his cafe, old waiter at work, suddenly disguised privately. It was actually Pierre who was killed by him back then. Pierre with a dagger engraved with 3, straight through his heart. If Antoine Alou hadn't happened to bump into this moment, also caught Pierre, this story may never be known. After listening to Pierre's revenge story, Alou trying to blackmail him, but Pierre, who has taken revenge, I don't care about life and death, wounded him and fled to England. Until he was on the verge of death before telling this story to others. And Pierre, when he was seriously injured and dying, also confessed the whole thing to the police who found him.